Make a morning detox drink with me. This is a great recipe to make to support the immune system or to improve your digestion. Just add a few slices of fresh ginger to boiling water and let it simmer for 10 minutes. Strain the ginger tea and add lemon, honey, and apple cider vinegar. Mix it up and enjoy.
What ails you, my friend?
Oh wow, that's a good idea. Morning detox tea. I drink a lot of Tetley tea in the morning or whenever I wake up. I don't really have a morning routine. I'm more of a night person. But that needs to change. I realize that after going through my spiritual journey, I need to go deeper. I really need to start taking care of myself. I need to go back to the gym and try to eat healthy. But not only that, I was talking to a girl who was selling a vest. I didn't really need it, but I thought it looked cool. $15. Okay. So I went there. I was speaking with her for about an hour. I'm ashamed to admit this, had a cigarette with her, just to have a normal conversation. I worked at a gas station. I'm not proud of it, but I've seen a lot. So I was able to meet all kinds of people. And this girl, she looked like that she was really not doing too well. She was living alone with her cats. So me being a good guy, I wanted to ask her, if she'd be interested in joining a gym, because I was thinking about doing that. I was thinking about doing that for myself, but at the same time, I want to meet others, people who I can probably, jam and do stuff with, because I'm not going to lie, it gets lonely. On YouTube, at the end of the day, it's just me. And YouTube has not been doing me any good for my mental health, so I have to try to put that at the top priority. Before I'm able to help others, I realize that I have to take care of myself, because these times are getting very difficult, and I do not want to surround myself with any toxic people at all. I went over to a soup kitchen a few times only because I wanted to get a few free meals, but as I mentioned before, down there I've seen people who are strung out on drugs. They drink, and I haven't really found any good people to socialize with. None. And I found a gym, so that's good. The only issue is that it's very far away on the other end of the city. I'd have to travel a lot just to get to the gym. I seen one guy walk out of there. He looked like, he was... there's levels to this. There's like jacked, shredded, yoked, which is really at the top of the tier list. I wanted to get pretty far up there. I am this level. So right now, honestly, I feel like poop. I don't have a really good balanced diet. I can barely afford groceries. Okay. So I'm just going to say this. As I said before, you people have to take responsibility for your health and your own diets. It's your lives. Everybody's different. Okay. Some people got to go to work. Some people, they got to order fast food. And I've already covered this in many other videos in the past, which it's not on YouTube anymore. They took my channel down. Not going to get into it. But the takeaway of that is I researched a lot of this stuff. The food we eat plays a role. You have to really do your own research. There's ingredients in the food that are not healthy for you. That's causing people to not think clearly, and they're not able to move accordingly. Like, I believe that once you reach your higher self, you get to your best self, then you have the ability to make wiser decisions in your life. You have to make this into a lifestyle, basically. Okay? So this goes for everybody who's listening. If you're not making content on your channels, hey, again, that's your decision. For me, it just tells me something. If you're not trying at this stage in 2026, I don't know what to tell you, man. I would recommend take responsibility for your health, and if you're leaving your channels blank, don't leave your channels blank, because I think that if you're honest about yourself, if you want to track your progress, that's it. Because I know where I'm at. I know that I'm nowhere near where I want to be. People don't really see me and my potential. Maybe there's a reason for that. Maybe it's because of the way I look. Maybe my testosterone count is a little bit low. Maybe that's why people don't take me seriously. But this is how I always talk. People think I'm like 20. Thank you. I mean, my mother, she was a nurse. You know, she raised me right. She at least took care of herself. So I owe her for that. So when I go over to these places and I have the occasional smoke with a stranger, that would hurt her. She would get real angry at me if she knew that I was doing that. And she didn't raise me like that. And since my dad has cancer, I'll be honest though, he did work hard. I respect him. My dad, he worked hard to support the family. You know, he was making money, and now my brother, he's doing the same job that he did. And of course, I'm not making money, so they don't respect me. Which is fine. Everybody is different. Again, I have to prove to... Well, I don't have to prove anything to anyone, I don't think. I need to prove to myself that I'm, you know, a man of self-worth. But I have to do this for myself. I need to take some time off YouTube until I can get to a stable point in my life where I'm able to do something positive to help other people. But I'm just leaving my best advice, as I said it before, I'll say it again: get to a good church, a good one, not one that's LGBTQIA pro. You need to stay far away from those places. Condemn it if you have to. And keep to yourself until you know what your value system is. When you have a healthy support network of people, then you're able... I'm sorry, the camera cut out. So I was just looking at my pictures from over 20 years ago in Banff, and this was me. I don't know if you can actually see that, but all things considered, after 20 years, I look pretty good. But you need to do more than just detox. You need to actually physically go out there and exercise. It has to become a lifestyle. And for many people who are living out here, they're just not treating their bodies right. The body is a temple. That's what God says. So you'll basically see which ones are actually living right. Like this guy I was mentioning about earlier, he walked out of the gym and he was looking pretty healthy. He was jacked. And yeah, that got me thinking. I miss fitness. I miss going out to the gym and meeting people. My budget, however, hasn't really been able to allow me to get out much. So if anyone would be kind enough to share a little donation, I'll share some future clips of what people can do to keep their bodies clean and healthy. I think that would be a sensible thing to do. And then people will get to see that, and then they'll understand, you know, it's all about, you know, self-improvement. We can't control what's going on in the world. What we can control is how we live our lives. And self-respect and self-love plays a role. It's very important. If you can't do that, when times get harder, you won't be in a position to help other people. I believe so. I'm probably going to go back and help this girl. She may need some guidance. I had a bag of goodies. Maybe I'll give to someone. Like I said, if they can't follow a simple piece of advice, when times get worse, they're not going to know what to do or how to figure out a way to get to a better state in life. I think that's important. So whatever your budget is, I don't know what your financial situation is, but I think it's very important for people to track your progress, because that way, if you do it for yourself, after a month or so, you'll know what not to do, depending on what your lifestyle is, and then you can adjust accordingly. Nothing happens in a day. Nobody's going to go cold turkey and drop their habits. It has to become incremental, daily progression. And that's the most sensible way to do it, I think. But know what it is that you need to change first. Write it down in the journal, and then say, yeah, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z, and then just go do that. I think that's right, yeah. So yeah, like I said, stay crafty, keep your mind sharp, stay alert, and always keep learning. That's it. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.
You can only control the. You have a very limited amount of power, and your sphere, your ability to project your limited amount of power, is very short range. So you have to just focus on the things that you can take care of. Try to be a better person. Take care of yourself. Make life more tolerable / good for the people around you who don't suck, etc. God grant me the strength to accept the, what is it? Accept the things I cannot change. Blah blah blah. Let's look that up real quick. It's Firefox. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. That's one you can write down in your little journal there when you're working on yourself. But if you're trying to change the things that you cannot change, you're just going to be a foaming at the mouth person with Twitter opinions.